Hello everyone, my name is Rick Sleegers from Orange Sports Forum Foundation from the Netherlands. We're very happy that we are here at host city in Glasgow this week. Unfortunately not in Glasgow, but a virtual one due to the circumstances of COVID-19. And of course I will tell you a little bit more about that as well. I work for Orange Sports Forum Foundation, which is a platform for Dutch sports-related companies. And our goal is to support those companies with international business. We have a network of 300 Dutch sports-related companies. Some of them are focusing on hardware, facilities, construction, architects. Other ones on sport software like marketing, training, coaching. And our goal is to, first of all, create a network of sports-related organizations from the Netherlands. Second, support, represent, and consult those companies with international business. And of course, promote those companies worldwide. We are a private organization, but non-for-profit. So we work a lot with the Dutch government as well, Dutch companies, sports federations, and of course also events. To show you a little bit more about our network, I've placed some logos in this sheet. Some of them might be very familiar. Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord, for example, famous soccer clubs, football clubs, but also big multinational companies, but also a lot of startups. So a huge variety in our network, where we basically combine the strengths of the bigger companies and the innovative ideas from the smaller companies, the startups, and create a win-win situation, partnerships to support those companies with doing business abroad. A lot of those companies, of course, are also active in the event industry. I've listed some topics in this slide. A lot of suppliers, organizing committees, marketers, event managers. I won't name them all because you can read it, but the Netherlands is really an event country. We organize a lot of events, a lot of sport events, a lot of cultural events, a lot of music festivals. So therefore also host city is the place to be for us as Orange Sports Forum. Out of our 300 Dutch companies, 12 of them are here also joining this host city stand this week. You can all see the logos down here, so feel free to contact us if you want to reach out to one of them. But as you can see, it's also a variety of companies. RAI Amsterdam, for example, a big event and exhibition center. Saan Trucking, who is an expert in logistics in the field of events. ProHealth Medical is, for example, active in how can we deal with COVID-19 these days in relation to sport events and music events. GB Promotions is a consultancy company, a marketing and online marketing company. We have suppliers for sport events like MTD and CM.com. Movico, another logistic company with temporary solutions. So also within these 12 companies who are all related to the event industry, we still have a big variety of industries. What is the situation these days in the Netherlands if you talk about COVID-19 and sports? Of course, a lot of is going on, like everywhere in the world. But right now, for example, in the Netherlands, we are not allowed to play team sports at this moment, because the maximum size of a group is 4 people, and that includes sports. So it has a huge impact on soccer clubs, on football clubs, but also field hockey, events, you name it. And there are no spectators allowed in the stadiums or other venues. So you can imagine that, well, a lot of those events or venues have a really big challenge these days. They estimate that the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic will be around 2 billion euros only on the Dutch sports industry. I listed some events which are cancelled this year: Eurovision Song Contest, UEFA Euro 2020. Big and also smaller events, but many more. So it's a very big challenge for the Netherlands, and I think for everyone in the world, to how to deal with it. Also, the Olympic Games, of course, are postponed to 2021. That does not only have a huge effect on the event calendar of 2020, but also for 2021, because in the time the Olympic Games in 2021 will take place, already a lot of other events were already scheduled, and they need to be rescheduled again, so the athletes can all perform at the Olympic Games. But this shows a little bit that it has a huge impact. In the Netherlands, also, the sports are not linked to colleges or universities, but more to private entities, private organizations, most of them not for profit, but still they have a lot of fixed costs, like staff. They need to maintain the sports facilities. Normally, their income comes from sponsoring small companies, local companies who sponsor the local clubs. So a little bit of subsidy. Also, the athletes, they pay a bit of money. And of course, food and beverage during the games, or mostly after the games, of course. But as you can imagine, all those revenues are almost decreased to zero. And the Dutch government set up a support program to finance at least a percentage of those fixed costs, so all the private sports organizations can survive this pandemic, and hopefully can start up again in 2021. The Dutch government also does a lot of other things to support programs and to support sports in times of a pandemic. I would like to give you one example. The Dutch government launched a subsidy program called SBIR, Sport Events and Spectators. SBIR stands for Small Business Innovation and Research, and it's a call for innovative solutions for, well, mainly societal challenges. It's a general call, but this one, Sport Events and Spectators, focuses specifically on COVID-19, of course. So the main question is, how can we open stadiums and other sports facilities for spectators in times of a pandemic? And the idea is that companies with a creative idea can design a project for this and use a fund from the Dutch government to develop their idea to a real product or service. So in total, there's a budget of 1 million euros. And it's divided into two phases. For phase one, 14 Dutch projects were approved with a total budget of 300,000 euros. And for phase two, 9 projects were approved with a total budget of 700,000 euros. And phase one was mainly about a market research, but also a feasibility study. And in phase two, they're really going to develop some products or services, how to contribute to this. So I would also highlight one of those 9 projects who are approved for this subsidy. One of them was Safe at Events. They designed a fast testing and smart access to stadiums and sport facilities. So what they basically want to do is develop a method to use COVID-19 test results to access an event. So there are in total 7 partners in the project, including Pro Health Medical, Healthcare NL, Orange Sports Forum is also one of them, but also VDL Group from the Netherlands. So also big multinational companies. And we have 3 test facilities, 1 music hall located in Eindhoven, a professional football club and a stadium of FC Eindhoven, and an event partner who organizes several festivals and sport events worldwide with over 100,000 visitors. So a good set of partners, a good set of test facilities. And right now we are in the second phase of this project. And I can tell you a little bit more about what we really plan to do. So the idea of this project is consists out of three stages. One, of course, is speed up the testing for COVID-19. The partners in this project have already a lot of experience with COVID-19 tests. So they're going to find a way how they can speed up this testing process. And second of all, and maybe also the most challenging part, is to design a digital health passport. So it's some kind of digital software tool and application which includes your health status. So the test result is linked in a passport to your own identity. So everyone can see who opens that passport, whether you are tested on COVID-19 and if the test was positive or negative. And third of all is, of course, the access to the stadium. It has to be very fast, very digital, because it has to be done we aim to do it in 6 seconds, let me say it like that. And it includes a special entrance gate, where you can easily scan a QR code on your iPhone, which is linked to your digital passport and the ticket for the event. And this can be done in football stadiums, but also, for example, in music festivals or big events. It also includes a camera system which can measure your body temperature. So you can see if you have at that time a fever or no. And there are two optional things as well. You can do an identity check with face recognition, and of course disinfect your iPhone at the end to prevent coming the pandemic or the virus into the festival. So this is now in the stage that it is widely tested. The research has been done and was very promising. And now we're really developing the entrance gates, and we are hoping to test this product in January 2021 at our test locations in the football stadium of FC Eindhoven and the music hall in Eindhoven. So this was a nice example of our Safe at Event SBIR program. Of course, there are many more. I would also love to tell you more about the other 8 projects we have developed in the Netherlands. So for this, but also for all the other questions, like we say, we are your connection to the Dutch sports industry. We are more than happy to answer your questions in our digital booth at the event platform. So feel free to visit and to contact us as soon as possible to support you with any further questions and open up your discussions. If you're not able to join our booth right away, you can also contact us via our contact details, which you can see in this slide. Thank you again for watching, and hope to speak to you soon. Thank you.